Well, let me say, honestly, this thing about the rodeo clown thing with Obama's, face on a mask and clown doing his thing. What is wrong with Obama? What is wrong with these people out there? Do you not know they did the same thing to Bush? And the bull tore right into the Bush one and tore the mask off the thing that they put out there, but it was okay. It was okay then. It was Bush. He was white and he wasn't black, and it was okay for them to do that to him. But now they did the same thing to Obama, and now they're calling for an investigation. Do we see the difference between the two? Bush, white, Obama, black. We can do all sorts of things if you're white to a president, but don't touch the black president. And I don't have any animosity against black. It's just that this thing is getting way out of hand. He's the president. Presidents sometimes are made fun of. Because celebrities get made fun of. Even actors get made fun of. But you can't do this because Obama is black, and that group of lawyers, civil rights lawyers, are wanting to be an investigation on the clown. Shame on you guys. Leave the clown alone. Leave Missouri alone. Leave the rodeo organization alone. Leave it alone. It was once done to Obama, and you all didn't say nothing. Hey, you civil rights leaders, you didn't do nothing. I'm kind of upset about this because it's getting to the point that our rights are being so taken away from us that this rodeo clown in jest did the same thing that one other one did to Obama. Did to Bush, but it was all right because it was Bush and he was white. But it's not all right to do it to Obama because he's black. They're only human beings. They are. Whether you're black, white, whatever, you're just a human being. And so they decide to make fun of you. For whatever reason. Why wouldn't this clown think it would be all right? It happened to Bush and nothing happened. No stink come up about it. People just laughed when that's the funniest thing I ever seen. But it's all up in arms because it's Obama and he's black. What makes him better than Bush? A president is a president. Whether you're white or black, male or female, because one of these days we may have a female president. Who knows? But it's all right to do it to one and not the other. People, you need to protest against this thing they're doing to Missouri and doing to that poor clown. He did it in jest. He thought it was funny. I think it's funny. I do. Sorry, Obama. I think it's funny. It was funny when they did it to Bush, and it's funny when they do it to you. What makes you so much better than Bush? Bush got elected as president just the same as you did. Even though I didn't vote for you, but I did vote for Bush. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. If it's wrong to do it for one president, it's wrong to do it to other president. So let this thing drop. Leave the clown alone. Just because he did something that he thought would be hilarious and funny, and I'm sure many people laughed about it, just like they laughed when they did it to Bush. And the bull tore into Bush's, tore the mask right off, and tore. I mean, he pounced on George Bush's mask and tore it to smithereens. At least the clown protected Obama's face, the mask. This is a sad world, sad country. America has become so self-absorbed in what color you may be or may not be, and if you do one little thing that's offensive, then the civil rights lawyers come after you like crazy. They're destroying this clown's life, and the guy, the announcer of the rodeo, who they're going even after him at his job as a teacher, as a principal. What? And he says he didn't even know the clown was going to pull this off. It was a blind sight to him. But still, they're going after him. Leave him alone and his job and his family. He has a right to work. Whether he knew what the clown was going to do or not do. Leave him alone. Leave the clown alone. They didn't do any more or any less than they did that group that did it to Bush. I think the civil rights lawyers are just, I hate to have to say this, but are you all black on the civil rights board and you think that any little thing that anybody do is an insult and racist? Why didn't you go after them when they did it to Bush? Where was you when that happened? You never said a word. Not a word. But now you're screaming your head off because it's Obama? You know what? When you run for office, when you become a public figure, whether you're the president or a governor or a movie star, when you become a public figure, you put your life and yourself out there. Sometimes they'll praise you and sometimes they'll just make fun of you for making fun of you. Sometimes they do things like this just to be doing it. Not being anything, making any big statement because you're black or white. They just do it because you're a public figure. Doesn't make you any less or any more important than the other guy. I mean, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't that clown think that he could get by with it? It happened to President Bush. No one said a word. The civil rights movement didn't get involved. I'm getting so sick of the civil rights lawyers and their movement. I mean, they got their nose stuck into everything and making issues when there should be no issue. They want to make a mountain out of a molehill that doesn't mean anything. That was done in jest, for fun. Obama, you need to draw a halt to this. Are you so thin-skinned I mean, are you ashamed of being black? Oh, your mama was white and your daddy was black, but are you ashamed of who you are and what you are, that people can't make jest about you? Are you so thin-skinned that if somebody says something about you, you're all hyperventilating about it? Bush didn't hyperventilate about it. He didn't get angry. He didn't get mad. And civil rights lawyers darn didn't get mad. They didn't say a word. They sat back on their high pedestals of morality and never said a word. But now that it's Obama involved, it's like, oh, it's a black thing. It's racial. Oh, my God. He's the president, stupid. He's a public figure, stupid. Honestly, I didn't like it when they did it to Bush, so I really didn't like it when they did it to Obama. I really didn't. They are the presidents. Respect them a little bit more. You know what? If I ever run for president and I get to be the first or second woman president of the United States, now that's a laugh. But anyway, if I did, you rodeo clowns has got the permission to go and put me on all the time and let the bulls run over me. I don't care. No biggie. Of course, you guys wouldn't want me as president because I got a mouth. I'd have us in trouble all the time with those leaders overseas. I'd tell them off and nothing flat, like, Egypt, straighten your act up and quit this nonsense. And since you did this, we're drawing our money back. I'm not going to send you any more money until you get your country under control. We're sending millions over there to help them. So we should say, straighten up, do something about making amends, and do whatever you have to do to get your country straightened out. Because if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it on our dime. Well, that's what I'd say if I was president. I'd probably look over there with Iran trying to get the nuke. I'd say, well, go ahead and get that nuke, but remember, I got nukes too. And I can use my nukes really, really, really quick. So the first time you let off anything, I'm going to flatten your country. So see, I know you wouldn't want me as president. But just joking, people. Don't get hyperventilated. I'm just disturbed that our country has got to the point that you can take a mask of one president and a bull totally tear it up at a rodeo and nobody says nothing. The civil rights lawyers and group don't get involved, don't say a thing, nothing. But now that we have a clown that did it to Obama up here in Missouri, right next door, a state next door to Arkansas, did the same thing that they did to Bush, but everybody, you know, the civil rights leaders and everybody just goes holistically ballistic because, not because he's a president, because he's black. What makes a black person more important than a white person? What makes a white person more or less important than a black person? Let me tell you, in God's eyes, you're equal. Whether you're black or white, He will judge you with the same judgment that He will judge all of us. Now, I want to ask you a question, you civil rights leaders. When all the black people are standing there and getting the same judgment from God that the white people are getting, or the Asians, or Native Americans, or whatever color in between white and black may come about, are you going to sue God? Just a question. Are you going to go after Him for being prejudiced against blacks because He's going to judge them with the same equal judgment that He judges the white people with? Question. I'd like to see you put God on trial for being prejudiced. That makes about as much sense as you doing this clown that pulled a stunt off like another one did with with Bush. Why would he have thought that anyone would have got upset? It was a trick, a joke. They do stupid things sometimes. They did it with Bush. They did it with Obama. Come on, people. Come on, wake up, America. Our president is so thin-skinned, so I don't know if he's not sure of himself or what, but it's got to the point you can't say anything against him or about him. And in fact, if you're in there's a law, a little piece of law that a lot of people don't know about it. If you're in so many feet of the president now, and you say something bad about him and the Secret Service hears you, they can arrest you. Yes, they can. Our president, I think because he is black, is so sensitive because he was raised that way. Well, maybe not raised that way because, wait a minute. He was raised by his mama, who was white, and his grandmother, who was white. Oh, but he went over there to this church that was black and hated white people and talked and preached against them. Don't tell me that don't warp your mind when you're sitting under a preacher of that magnitude that says the hateful things that man said and preached in his pulpit about how mean and evil white people are. You know what? Yes, there's mean, evil white people, but there's mean, evil black people out there too. Because you know why? They're human beings. And there's no difference between us, only the color of our stupid skin. On Judgment Day, God ain't going to look at you and go, oh, you're black. I better not say that. I better not judge you that way. I better back off because I'll have these civil rights people after me if I do that. Do you think God's going to think about that whenever you're standing before Him on Judgment Day? No, I don't think so. He's going to look in your heart And he's going to see the malice and the corruption and the hate and the bitter and the anger and all of the crap that you have stored up in your heart, and you're going to be judged for it, whether you're white, black, or whatever. And you will go to the pits of hell and burn for those things, no matter what color you are, or whether you're Obama, the president, being black or not. It's what's in your heart you will be judged for, not the color of your skin. And if you hate white, if you really hate white, I feel sorry for you, because your hatred of the white people will cause you to go to hell. And I'm saying this to you white people that hate black people. The same thing for you. So, when you're all thrown into hell together, you're going to be screaming together, no matter what color you are. If you got a pure righteous heart and you love people no matter what color they are, and you happen to make it to heaven, God's kingdom, you're going to all be rejoicing together. But I am upset for this clown, and for the announcer, and was the president of the rodeo thing, and now they're going after him at his job. Stop it. It was just a rodeo, okay? Now, maybe a lot of you's never been to a rodeo, but I grew up on a ranch, and I went every year to a rodeo. I've even been in rodeos as a barrel racer. I ran for the queen one time of the rodeo, and I didn't win, but that's fine, because it was done where you sell so many tickets and stuff, and I didn't win. But I got to ride in the grand opening, the grand parade, and holding a flag. It was a rodeo. The clowns go out there and do the most stupidest, weirdest things sometimes. And they even put themselves in harm's way to help the bull riders from being killed. And there has been clowns that have been injured in rodeos protecting the bull rider. I'm beginning to feel so sorry for people that has so much prejudice against other people, that, you know, people are getting to be afraid to even speak out or do anything against this president just solely because he's black. And if anybody does anything, then you got the civil rights lawyer screaming, "Oh, you're prejudiced, you're prejudiced, this thing is a black issue, oh my gosh." When you're a public figure, you've put yourselves in the spot of criticism, of being made fun of. So people, this is my rant about the rodeo clown and the unfair things that they're trying to do to this man. And the announcer that had nothing to do with it, and calling for a federal investigation, wasting my money. Taxpayers pay for those investigations, sir. Don't you got better things to do with my money, the taxpayers' money, than this stupid thing? Aren't we in a crisis nowadays? And you want to take our money and do an investigation on a clown trying to prove that he hates black people? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And why do you guys want to keep this prejudice thing going? That's just my question. That's my rant. Leave the clown alone. Leave the other guy alone. Leave Missouri alone. Leave the rodeo circuit alone. Get a life. Thank you kindly. There's my rant for the day.